Next up, a much less exciting topic. Lolicon, okay. I'm sure that's my personal favorite topic, okay. I swear to God, I have to hear about Lolicon. I literally cover Lolicon like every fucking week, okay? It's so fucking annoying because there's always a new Lolicon drama because these fucking freak pedophiles can't just keep it in their pants, okay? They have to constantly fucking defend Lolicon. But basically, Papa Meat here made a video criticizing Lolicons. We're gonna go and watch it. I have heard base things about it. Yeah, and Vosh. Blech. Pedo. Okay, maybe not confirmed pedo, but definitely a suspicious boy. Okay, a sussy man. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and watch this guy. I've heard good things about this video, and then we're gonna watch Reb Says Desu's response. I'm sure we all like Reb Says Desu, right, guys? Right, guys. God. Kawaii in Meatland.
Oh, hello. You caught me being a bit of a bookworm in my own house, which is fine. You see, I've been digesting a lot more anime lately because there's been a lot of cultural outcry on the internet lately. Not only did I do a video on a guy who married a fictional anime character named Hatsune Miku, but even more recently after that, there was a guy named Vosh on the internet that just leaked all—
Dude, okay, there are some animes I like, but like, bro, the majority of anime is just like so dog shit, man. Like, I remember I went on like a little anime arc in high school where like I was watching some animes and like I enjoyed them. Like, bro, I remember like the point at which I like stopped watching anime was, I don't know if have any of you guys heard of it? It's called Seven Deadly Sins on Netflix, bro. When I saw that shit, like I thought it was cool at first, but then like, bro, there's this like little girl character who she's canonically like 900 years old, okay, but like she fucks like this like she literally fucks like a whole ass grown man, okay, in the show, and it is so fucking gross. I had to shut it off. It was fucking disgusting.
of his lolicon.
And I never watched another anime ever.
Art on his stream, and it's been a huge debate and debacle lately. I wanted to do a video on this very subject because even my video recently was kind of about a lolicon himself. And I do think that it's one of the most depraved and disgusting fandoms in all of anime and really all of media.
Yes!
So
okay.
Today, I just want to be
based.
fully transparent. We're talking about lolicons. If you don't know what a lolicon is, it's about guys who they like anime girls that are 8 to 10 years old. Pedophilia. We're talking about pedophilia today. So if you don't like that—
Base! Oh my god, dude. It is so... Dude, after fucking hearing that, like, after hearing all these fucking freaks, like, defend Lolicon, it is so based to just hear someone straight up say, Lolicon is pedophilia, because it is. It just is. I used to watch Vosh. I liked him. I didn't know the things he said in the past. I don't know how you walk away from a viewer feeling any more disgusted. I mean, like... The thing about Vosh is, like, the thing that makes it so fucking terrible is, like, the compounding factors, right? Like, oh, maybe, I could believe that Vosh maybe, like, was just having, like, an edgy past where, like, you know, he was, like, he was just being edgy. He didn't really mean a lot of the stuff he said. He was just kind of being, like, he was just trying to make, like, these weird moral arguments. I can believe that. Okay, I can extend that much charitability. But then, you know, you have all these weird Discord messages. Okay, maybe you're still just being edgy. Maybe you're making, like, some weird jokes. But then you have Lolicon on your computer. You know, I only allow a certain amount of charitability, and you've well exceeded that at that point. Okay, you expect me to believe that you just accidentally downloaded it. Okay, you didn't notice the little girl in the picture, right? Like that's the main issue here, right? Is that it's not just like one thing where like I can expend some disbelief to maybe believe it was an accident. It's like multiple different compounding factors that all stack on top of each other to paint like a broader narrative that makes him look totally fucking disgusting. Yeah, some things are coincidences. Exactly.
I just want to put that right up front, just in case you don't like it, but I do think it's a very fascinating, depraved, disgusting piece of the internet that I think would be lovely to talk about because these little cockroaches are hiding in plain sight. And I think that it might be good to get down to, I mean, how the hell did we even get here? So I do want to say I do have a surprise because I want to take a step back and talk about all the different facets of anime, the different kinds, because anime, it could appeal to your dad. It could appeal to your younger brother. Okay. Anime is so wide and vast that you have to really understand how the hell did we get to a place like Lolicon. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but I do have quite the surprise today. The legend himself, Akira Toriyama, the master mangaka who created Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, have you heard of it? He's going to be here today to tell us about all the different kinds of anime and kind of guide us into the medium as a whole. Oh, there's a knock at the door. I wonder who it is. Let's find out. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
This is some banger editing, I can't even lie.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen.
Why is he built like this, bro? Okay, dude. Moving on. I wasn't ready for the full body shot. Okay, I wasn't. He's like a cartoon character. Like, look at it. His body is so much bigger than his legs.
Kira Toriyama.
Oh, hello now.
What the fuck,
Mind the
man?
chicken, will you?
Hey, who the hell are you? Hey, come here!
Oh, look at this right here. Oh, Yu Yu Hakusho, the Death Note, Naruto, and Dragon Ball Z. You got all the good ones here.
Oh, come on, man, stop! You're getting grease on those books. Oh God, don't touch me! Oh my God!
Oh, apologies on my belated arrival. I brought a big old family bucket of fried chicken on occasion of us being bigger boys.
Colonel, where is Akira Toriyama? He was supposed to be here, and now you're here. I'm so confused right now. Honestly, guys, I'm so sorry. I promised him.
Okay.
Do you know where he is?
Mr. Toriyama couldn't make it due to prior arrangements.
Did he I assume this is just reused, right? Like, it'd be insane if he edited all this for this fucking video.
But I was more than happy to oblige for an old friend and act upon his replacement now.
Well, I mean, I do need to make this video, and I have a chicken guy here, so I mean, if you know anything about anime, I'd love to hear it.
I'm quite well versed in the art of anime. You have the shonen genre, which means young boy with action-based plots that typically have eccentric stories with increasing arts and powers. You know, like your Dragon Balls and your Demon Slayer. You know what I'm talking about.
I do like those.
Based.
I'll be honest, I do like those.
My favorite anime, Soul Eater. I just like the art in that anime, I'm not gonna lie. It's really good.
Then there's Shoujo, meaning young girl, which are plots for
It's weird to just for the social comic. It makes sense in a way. Those world's pretty fucked. Yeah, true. I mean, he's just like straight up a funny and likable guy. That's why he's successful, right? You know, like there's such a huge difference between like Meat Canyon and like Hassan, where it's like the only reason Hassan is successful is because he's charming and like says the right things. He's like a socially good guy, and then like Meat Canyon, who's just like a likable and talented person, you know.
girls like Sailor Moon or slice of life anime like The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yeah, this is like the pedo side of anime.
It's funny hearing you say these things, I'll be completely honest.
But of course you can't forget Seinen, which is anime for teens. You know what I'm talking about, the youngsters. Typically more action-based with more thorough plot and things that appeal to that kind of audience. You know what I mean, some of the darker ones like Berserk.
Yeah, okay.
And lastly, you have Josai, the farther least spoken of anime for women, the women folk, older baby carriers, as they say. And it discusses a boring adult topics like marriage and sex and family life, all the stuff those broads like to talk about. You know what I'm saying.
I really don't like how you said older women like that, like you were disgusted, if I'm being completely honest. But honestly, that was not expected. You're like a goddamn walking lexicon of anime. I mean, this is sick. I mean, I guess maybe the video is saved after all. Well, sweet. I mean, I guess I have to ask, do you know anything about lollies at all, or?
I like the candy, but I do favor a nice bucket of fried chicken.
Dear fucking God, the lollipop. No, not the candy. It doesn't matter. You know what? Thank you for your help here. Just if you can just leave, and I'll move on with my life. I appreciate it. So
now go on.
No,
get yourself some of that. Come on.
Just go ahead and leave. Thanks. This is a struggle. I don't know how other YouTube channels do it. I have never been good with guests, so I apologize for that. Oddly enough, as Colonel Sanders did say, there's such a wide spectrum of anime, and lolicon comes from the style of anime known as lolly. First of all, lolly means a young or young-looking girl character in Japanese anime or manga. So the term lolly just means it's like a young-looking girl. That's where that comes from. But lolicon focuses on young female characters in suggestive and erotic content.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad he's laying this all out right at the beginning, right? Because there's this cope that some lolly people like to do where it's like, oh, lolicon just means like a little girl. Like, there's nothing sexual about it. Motherfucker, obviously no one has an issue with like just little girls being in TV shows, okay? The issue is when they're like super hypersexualized and like you want to fuck them, right? Like, South Park is fired, true.
The male equivalent of this is called shotacon. It's basically, I mean, it's just pedophilic anime.
Shout out flamenco.
Really easy way.
Shotacon.
The term comes from the 1955 novel Lolita, which is about a middle-aged man falling in love with a 12-year-old girl. Which, yes, that's also the Stanley Kubrick film Lolita, and it was adapted in the 90s as well.
That's crazy. What the fuck?
I just want to put that out there. So if you're a big film buff and someone's like, let's watch the 90s Lolita, keep an eye on that guy. That's all I gotta say. But it does have Jeremy Irons. He's the voice of Scar, so guy's a good voice. I don't know what to tell you.
Nothing wrong with cute girls, Mr. Hancock. Nothing wrong with cute girls at all.
Which, here's the thing. Just because you like lolly content doesn't mean that you like lolicon stuff, right? Like, you can like big, goofy, fun, cute characters. I mean, personally, I don't. You see the stuff I make. But you can like that kind of stuff. But it's just whenever you get into the aspects of sexualizing it. I mean, good example, Sailor Moon. I had a buddy who loved watching Sailor Moon back in the day. Cute girls, whatever, and then you got those panty shots. I mean, whenever you're a kid, I think I was like 9 at the time or something like that. Whenever you see that, you're like, I mean, I don't really give a shit about a girl twirling, whatever, but it appeals to that little boy audience, right? But here's the thing about Sailor Moon that with adult people, 14-year-old girl in the series, there's 170 panty shots in the show. I know that statistic because a guy online made a PDF document going through each episode.
I mean, like, yeah, that's weird, but like, for Sailor Moon, like, it's... At least the characters look like adults, okay? Like, whatever.
So where there is a panty shot in great detail.
Obviously, it's weird that they're canonically 14, and, like, there's all these fucking panty shots, right? But, like, they're... At least they fucking look like adults, okay? I'll give them that.
And what was even more funny about that are the comments on the post of people being like, I'm disturbed that this is a file for download. So it's just, it's murky territory. You know what I mean? You start off with something that might be cute and innocent, and then you throw in like weird panty shots on 14-year-olds, and you kind of get some upskirt angles and things that are maybe a bit too sexual for comfort, and then you got a little fandom of creeps, okay?
Oh my God, nothing wrong with a nice panty shot from time to time.
Okay.
Which then comes the real crux of why I thought that this video was interesting is the defense. People that like this kind of stuff are on the defense all the time. And what's interesting from even the consumers and the creators.
Shout out Flamenco, that freak, Smugbug, Food Slops. Who else is there? I'm forgetting some. Rev says Desu, the almighty lolicon. I'm just naming fucking random lolicons I know offhand, okay? They're all fucking freaks. They should be just like shunned, okay? Bring back shade.
Is that people justify this because you're like, oh, it looks like you're sexualizing a child. But they're like, dude, she's a 7,000-year-old dragon wizard, okay? She's older than you and I. She's older than every person ever in your family combined, okay? I mean, she has more insight and maturity than anyone. And that's like one of the
Tipster, thank you.
People and the creators being able to get around with little loopholes like that makes it feel like it justifies this very creepy.
I can't believe I forgot Tipster.
I don't know if it does. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it doesn't. I'd like to. In a lot of cases, I like to play devil advocate, but I need to put an extreme foot down. That no, this is just it's just plain gross and wrong.
Thank you. Oh my god.
Even though let's say you drive home that point, right? This character is so much older. It's a 7,000-year-old dragon wizard. It was transformed. It's actually an old person stuck in a little girl's body. It doesn't help that I would say 99% of the time in these cases, or if not 100% of the time, these characters act like little children. A good example of that is Miss Kobayashi's dragon. There's no beating around the bush. I mean, I looked at the show for a little bit. I mean, it's supposed to be this big, powerful dragon that turns into this little girl, but she acts like an absolute toddler, and they put like big. So it's just this really weird, odd, it's like a sour taste in your mouth where you're like, what is this for? What's the implant with this? The constant barrage of, it's cute, becomes their narrative. It's cute! These things are cute! I just like doing it because it's cute! I mean, it's just the intense taste of salt in your mouth is what I get. It's grating on so many levels. It's so distracting. Which the creators of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, I love saying that, the creator of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid have never specified her age. But because she can transform into a big dragon, people just speculate that she's 7,000 years old. Even though that's just made up for their own kind of, desires to justify what they're doing. But she looks like an 8 or 9 year old child.
Yeah, gross.
Yashi's Dragon Maid team, just come out and say something.
Vosh's
or
Goblin
better yet,
Corn,
let's just
exactly.
Can I get an amen for that? Amen. I just want
Actually, she's 9,000 years old and a goblin, so yeah. Ever consider how old she is in dog years, buddy? Yeah, bet you didn't think about that one.
say that out there about that.
The ripest fruit does stay on the stem the long.
The ripest fruit stays on the stem. Wow, dude, that's banger.
Guess Mr. Meat. Oh, and boy, is it sweet.
What kind of analogy even is that? What are you saying that it's sweeter, that they're younger, or that they're older? What does that even mean? Please leave at any time. I just, like, seriously.
Okay, I'll just be over here making some of that fried chicken with this giant deep fryer here.
Don't bring in the giant deep fryer in my... He's got the books all covered in fucking grease, and he pulls in a cartoonishly large deep fryer. Come on, man. For one bucket of chicken, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get through it to him, but... Needless to say, this is just one instance. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, that's just one instance of many cases. Really, when you get down into the comment sections and forums, it really varies from person to person of these kinds of excuses they make, and that's really where the trench warfare begins.
Exactly, yeah.
You have, like, weird lingo, so if you're in some forums, you see some of this lingo, be sure, keep an eye out, because you might be in some very rocky territory. So there's a group of people that refer to stuff as quote-unquote cheesecake, which is basically a pinup post.
Have you guys ever heard of POCD? I learned this term from my favorite political streamer, Food Shops, guys. POCD. I'll pull up Food Shops. They're a small streamer. They claim to have POCD. You know what that is? It's where you have intrusive thoughts that you think you're a pedophile. And you know what else? They openly admit that they jerk off to lolicon. Not related. They claim these things aren't related at all, by the way. You know, having intrusive thoughts about being a pedophile and jerking off to drawn child pornography, they're not. They claim they're not related at all, by the way. This fucking freak. Yeah. POCD. What an incredible term.
Those that aren't necessarily not safe for work, but it alludes to not safe for work, right? Which is still wrong. You're alluding to the thing. It's like it's like getting around and you're undressing it with your mind. We know what you're doing. But there's a group of people who are like, well, I mean, nothing's really happening. I mean, yeah, sure. It looks like she's bending over and doing that, but it's not really the case, so it's fine, right? Wrong. If you catch yourself in a conversation like this, here's what you do. Run away from those people is the biggest thing. Which a lot of people also say, as long as it sticks to PG-13 content, the sexualization and everything is minimalized. There's really no victims, right? Wrong! Once again, wrong. The idea isn't necessarily that you're affecting anyone in the physical real world, but it's the implications that are happening, and I think it's just the mindset that you're creating.
True, dude. Fucking all these fucking freaks use this cope, where it's like, oh, it's not hurting anyone. Dude, you're hurting yourself in a way, right? Because degeneracy is such a slippery slope where it's like you jerk off to one thing and then the next thing you like, it's like the classic meme of like, oh, I went online once and now I jerk off to like furry fart porn, right? What is the obvious, like, because like the more and more you jack off to shit, like this has been studied and shit, you know, the more and more you jack off to shit, you have to keep intensify, you have to jerk off to like more intense things. Like you just got to get more and more degenerate. What do you think is going to happen if you start jerking off to drawn child pornography? Right? Like, what do you think is going to happen? What's the next step? Once drawn child pornography doesn't start fulfilling your needs anymore, what's the next step, do you guys think? I'm just saying, it seems pretty obvious to me.
I don't think that this kind of fantasy can be broken up. In some kinds of drama and film, like even Lolita the film, we're never seeing the character in a positive light. We're following a pedophilic monster. There's nothing that is a positive, healthy association of your sexuality to these characters. So by doing so, even in these non-explicit but still suggestive pictures, I still feel like it's just an irreversible amount of damage that you can do to yourself. There's no coming back from it. You normalize yourself in these fucking horrid, weird things, and then you ostracize yourself from actual society. And then guess what? You can't get real girlfriends, you can't get real wives, and if you do, you're probably an unhappy one, is what I like to imagine. That's honestly, that's kind of rude and a bit judgy, but that's just me. You know, that's just what I have to think.
Papa, how many pieces of chicken do you want now? I know you bigger boys love them thighs and breasts. Which one you want?
None. I don't want any chicken. Please. Okay. God, no pieces of chicken, please.
Okay now. All right.
And then the other side believes that in no situation is any of it okay. That the sexualization of a character with any underage features is automatically pedophilia and should be considered CP. Cheese pizza.
True.
You have cheesecake and you have cheese pizza. You know, these terms...
Okay, I'm a big defender of free speech. I think that free speech laws in America are based. However, when it comes to lolly and drawn CP, I think that, you know, maybe we should do a little more to outlaw it.
Sound like they're back alley deals going on. Which, if you ever see someone asking for a slice of cheese pizza
with as a PDF with lolly, you find that shit for a reason. I mean, yeah, true.
On an anime forum, report and run away. If it's your post, delete the post. It's like a little infection. You don't want that kind of thing coming there. But I mean, the latter half is absolutely correct. There's just none of it that should be okay. We just need to put our foot down and we need to just say that this is a real thing. And I keep reiterating the same thing because it's an ongoing battle. If you made a post on Twitter or any of these forums saying that you're like, I just lolicon stuff, lollies, I just think, you know, I think that stuff phooey with it, right? Let's not do it. These people crawl out of the tall grass like little roaches and they will comment and they will start barraging you.
I mean, exactly, dude. If fucking 7 months ago or so, I was basically saying that, hey, this fucking, you guys know who Gura is? Let me pull this shit up. It's fucking disgusting. Gura. I was saying, hey, this is really gross and weird because they have this like child character in like bikinis and shit, dude. Like, this is fucking gross. Like, it's in a bikini, like dancing around.
Hey, behind you.
Like, what the like, that's gross. And like, I had fucking the almighty lolly in my replies arguing with me. Here, let me look at this. The almighty lolly, 1,300, like this huge fucking YouTuber in my replies trying to defend this shit. Like, all these fucking freaks crawl out of the trenches to defend. It's so fucking gross. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean that. Yeah, I realized you didn't want to see.
It's so funny because it also feels like people are refreshing that tab, continuously trying to start arguments, defend themselves against people who are not attacking them because it's just the guilt. It's the guilt of the situation that drives people to do these things and justify these horrible behaviors, and it eats away at people. I'm
just glazing this video, but it is so correct in every conceivable way, okay?
And this last
Let's
group of
be
people
honest.
believes that as long as no real-life child is harmed, then there's no harm at all. Everything's okay, as long as it's not a real-life child. Pedophilia is not cool, but the lolicon stuff, since no one is physically and a real-life child isn't actually being harmed, everything's okay. Which, once again, as I've said before, I don't think is correct. So some people in this category too, some of the things that we've been seeing doing this video and researching it that have been pretty fucking wild has been, 1, lolicon is an art form and is separate from child abuse. 2, the dark arguments that kids have sexual desires too, and that lollies experience desire. Yum. 3, neckbeards claiming that if she's old enough to bleed, she's old enough to breed. I made myself throw up a little bit reading that, but you would be surprised at how many times we actually saw it posted on the internet. It's circling back. A lot of the comments too that we saw and a lot of the arguments was, it's about the cuteness, not the age. I wanted to emphasize this part because looking at a lot of this stuff.
I mean, if you just like cute anime girls, what like little girl, like, okay, wait, hold on, wait. No, if you just like little girls acting like little girls in like anime or whatever, like who cares? The issue is when they start to get sexualized, right? And it's like, oh, well, now they're fucking, like, there's a scene where it looks like they're giving a blowjob or some crazy shit like that, then yeah, you're a fucking disgusting, weird pedophile, okay?
Found that cuteness was brought up a lot, especially with a lot of anime. It's the fact that people associate the intense over-sensation of cuteness that they're seeing. That's the reason why this sexual fantasy is happening. That's why I'm so turned on, is because it's a cuteness overload. It's like the Minions. They're so cute, right? They're wrong. It's just another weird excuse of beating around the bush.
Exactly.
It's a weird circling argument that you see. In some of these cases, it's people just saying, oh, the cuteness is what I'm attracted to. I would never do this to a real kid because they're not as cute as this anime character. It's such a weird, creepy, it's like taking such a cute thing and just like turning it into this like black bile that people are just drinking and shoving down their throat, and they just regurgitate it over and over again, and it's this odd hive mind of people that are like, right? That's what I'm saying. Finally, someone's speaking some sense. And then more in the racist side, I guess, of these comments is, I saw a lot of people saying, that's just how Asian people look. Which is a weird thing. Like, there's this ongoing movement of fetishization of short, small-chested women, accentuating childlike beauty. There's this trend in Japan called yabe, which is pretty much taking your nice teeth and actually making them crooked and stuff, and people are doing that to look more childlike, more cute. That's like a weird movement that's going on to kind of fit into this lolicon stereotype, this kind of like extremely cute thing.
2.0, bro. What the fuck?
Like, once again, it's all just because it's cute. I get to look like an anime character. I get to look like a kid. It's cute. It's mental disease, is what it is. Which, here's the bottom line of this weird, depraved internet culture thing that we're talking about. Lolicons. To me, it's as simple as this. If it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it walks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. I don't think that you
True. Oh my god, so based. If it,
can take your brain and really substitute these things. There's no way to fucking take a limitless pill and be able to categorize all of the nuances of psychology that your brain is playing Jenga continuously to cater to your perverted fetishes. So, more of the
yeah, if you have to like justify why it's okay to jerk off to what you're jerking off to, then it's probably fucking gross, and you should wean yourself off it, okay? It's, come on, bro. Like, Jesus Christ.
story is, if you see some of this shit, don't indulge in it. Don't even fucking look at it. Don't do anything with it. If they look like a kid, talk like a kid, and act like a kid, it's a fucking kid.
True.
Simple as
Oh my
that.
God.
It's really basic math, honestly.
You know, like you're saying it, if it looks like fried chicken, tastes like fried chicken, then it's fried chicken, right? Or am I right or am I right?
You have been a source of nothing but you've been so disgusting the entire time you've been here. I'd ask you to leave, but you said you just won't. I mean, will you please leave? Just get the hell out of here, man. Come on. And it all comes down to this too. It's not just the people that are consuming this content, it's also the people that are making this content. If it is about that it's just cute, then why is there so much—
True, exactly. Yeah, how many fucking... I swear to God, every week I hear about a new Japanese like manga artist that goes to who draws lolicon, goes to fucking jail for child pornography, right? Like I swear to God, I hear about this like every fucking week. Okay, like obviously, if you're jerking off to lolly, it's an indication of a much bigger issue with you mentally. All right.
fan service, right? Why are they animated in these poses? Why are there the panty shots? Why are there so much sexual implications to these characters that are made in the first place? And it all comes down to the argument of the innocuous and harmless content versus the audience it was made for. And as a last little bit of example, this is just this is actually just like a funny troll. I just think that this is pretty funny, but if you ever see a forum where someone's like, I'm trying to get into new anime, what anime should I watch? And you see people commenting the show, Boku no Pico, do not follow that suggestion. I'm quickly realizing too that there's so much wild shit in anime out there, and so much horror
like a lolicon
shit that I feel like you kind of just got to go on a self-discovery. You can't really ask for people's, I think, opinions because it's just, you're gonna fall into fucking traps continuously. Or at least ask a group of friends. Don't ask fucking random strangers online, because that's, I think, where you can get into something crazy, which, you know, Boku no Pico. All right, we'll just say, maybe just put a little blurb of what Boku no Pico is, because I just say, just
awesome.
stay away from it. If you're a fan
It's
of that
child
shit,
porn.
oh,
Let's go.
I don't know what I was supposed to tell you. I'm not trying to use this video to shame anybody that likes cute anime or like watches anime in general. I just
Shame
think
them.
you should watch out for these weird corners of the internet where these dark things happen, because I feel like a lot of these people who are impressionable
flamenco
get sucked down very
community?
quickly and and pick up bad habits. Is all I gotta say.
Very true, very true. I know what you're saying, and I completely agree that these cute girls got me all stirred up in the mind. Right. They should lock away all these cute girls for all these temptated thoughts I feel.
That's not what I said at all. Were you even listening? You've been here the whole time.
Now come on, try some chicken. Come on, would you just try it once, please?
No, it's okay.
Come on now.
I don't want to.
Come on. The chicken is always something that tastes better than anything else before. Sometimes I like to
I think we're finished here, okay? If you want to watch the rest of this, the chicken bit, then go and watch it. But we have an epic rebuttal here from Rev Says Desu. If you don't know who this is, he is basically just like Lolicon Moist Critical, okay? That's the best way I can describe him. He represents himself as this like anime girl character. And he just spends all his time on, like, he just spends all day defending Lolicon and, like, talking about, like, normally I'd say this level of, like, low-quality drama farming is actually based, okay? But no, this fucking freak just feels the insistent need to constantly talk about and defend Lolicon. So, you know, we don't support that here.
So today we're going to be...
Epic cross, but, like, this fucking freak, okay? I can't even get over it. Not even 1 second into the video. I have issues reacting to Rev Says Desu because I just feel the need to call him a pedophile. Like throughout the entire time, okay? I've reacted to this guy's videos before, and like it literally just turned into me calling him a pedophile for like 40 minutes, and I didn't upload this segment because it sucked dick, right? But like, look at this, bro. Like, you have a fucking... Your little anime character has a choker on with a cross on it. What would God think about what you're doing, Rev Says Desu? He would not be fucking happy with you. You're going to burn in hell, okay?
We're talking about Meat Canyon, who is an animator slash content creator. You can see his main channel right here. He also has an
infinitely more popular than you'll ever be, Rev Says Desu. Infinitely more successful, infinitely more likable, infinitely better, okay?
Channel called Papa Meat.
It is it's a dude. He just likes to... He just likes to pretend he's a little girl, I guess.
Released this absolute stinker called The Worst Fan Base on the Internet.
He released an absolute stinker. Do you guys think Rev Says Desu smells good in real life? Do you think if you walk past Rev Says Desu on the street, he would smell he'd smell like anything except for shit, BO? Like, obviously not, okay? Like I've never... This guy doesn't even... He doesn't show his face, and I already know he smells like absolute shit, okay? Just by the way he talks, the way he presents himself, the things he says, okay? At least it's not a horse, true. I just know he fucking smells absolutely rancid. You go into this guy's house, you're probably gonna throw up.
That fan base he's referring to is Lolicons, as well as anime fans generally, because throughout the video, multiple times, he lumps those two groups together. Now, this is a big mistake, not only because of the outrageous claims he makes throughout this video, but also the fact that over the years, Meat Canyon has made multiple animations sexualizing underage characters, including one video where he uses a real child as a reference for his sexualized animation. Okay. Big mistake on his part talking about any of this stuff. But why did he decide to throw his hat in the ring on this conversation?
So, I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see what he has to say, but I guess he's just gonna like point out that Meat Canyon has made like animations in the past, and now he's calling out Lolicon. So he's actually a big hypocrite, guys. He's actually a big hypocrite.
While he cites Vosh and the recent situation involving him. Now, if you want a breakdown of what happened about 2 weeks ago to Vosh, you can find a link to my video about it in the description. But the too long didn't read version of events is basically that...
look at this. He thinks that it's in the thumbnail, bro. His greatest criticism of Vosh is that he's a hypocrite. Vosh is a hypocrite because he's called out Lolicon in the past, but he has Lolicon on his computer. By the way, he looked up the photo and he has it right here. The photo of the little girl, by the way. He has that. Rev Says Desu has this fucking photo downloaded on his computer because he put it in the thumbnail. Wow. I mean, that's just, like, this dude wanted some new material, so he had to look up Vosh's and he had to copy Vosh's homework, okay? Oh my god. That's special, buddy. That's special that you felt the need to go find what he had, download it onto your own computer for you. It was just for the thumbnail, I'm sure. I'm sure you didn't do anything else with that piece of media.
Vosh has been very
Dismissive
vocal
tone
about
of
his
thought.
disdain about lolicons and anime fans, calling them pedophiles and Nazis for the fictional content they consume. Well, lo and behold, about 2 weeks ago, he
Dude, imagine someone's caught with lolicon and your biggest criticism of them is that they're a hypocrite. Jesus Christ.
accidentally revealed
Jesus
one of
Christ.
his folders on stream, which contained lolicon, of course. Now, people like me and others have been complaining about Vosh for years, not because of the fictional content on his computer, but because he has openly defended CP on multiple occasions. However, people like Meat Canyon only pretended to care about Vosh the second they found lolly on his computer. Now, let's hear...
Dude, are you really... Like, just because he hasn't called him out in the past, it means he can't call him out now, dude? Okay, dude. It's like, you're only pretending to care about it now. No, it's probably... They're talking about it because it's a trending topic, you dumb fuck. Jesus Christ.
Hear what Meat Canyon has to say about the topic of lolicon.
More recently, after that, there was a guy named Vosh on the internet that just leaked all of his lolicon art on his stream, and it's been a huge debate and debacle lately. I wanted to do a video on this very subject because even my video recently was kind of about a lolicon himself. And I do think that it's one of the most depraved and disgusting fandoms in all of anime, and really all of media in general. So today, I just want to be fully transparent. We're talking about lolicons. If you don't know what a lolicon is, it's about guys who... they like anime girls that are 8 to 10 years old. Pedophilia. We're talking about pedophilia today. So if you don't like that, I just want to put that right up front, just in case you don't like it. But I do think it's a very fascinating, depraved, disgusting piece of the internet that I think would be lovely to talk about, because these little cockroaches are hiding in plain sight. And I think that it might be good to get down to, I mean, how the hell did we even get here?
So like I stated earlier, Meat Canyon talking on this subject is so beyond hypocritical.
People into that shit are morally bankrupt, so they have to affect that they know their complaints or sound like. It's also why the defense for shit's so bad. I mean, yeah, it's just coping. They have to cope with the fact that they're into weird lolicon shit. Like, at least with like fucking furry freaks like Pyrocynical, they don't even try and like justify it. They know what they're into is fucking weird, and that they deserve to get bullied for it. Okay.
When he has made multiple animations where underage characters are being sexualized. Okay, this isn't a your likes are public moment. This is a you sat down and animated underage characters.
I mean, I'm sure he's going to show the examples or whatever, but I'm 95% sure that in literally every case that Meat Canyon has done, it's done for comedic effect, okay? I don't think Meat Canyon has produced anything pornographic in nature ever, okay?
Being sexualized type of a moment. It goes way beyond the usual hypocrisy we see with this subject. But here's the thing, okay? He has lots of these animations, and I'm going to play a few throughout this video just to give you a taste of how ridiculous his complaints about lolicon anime fans are, starting with this clip right here, featuring characters from Demon Slayer, both of which are underage.
Oh my word, sister. You smell so good. My sweaty little princess.
Please help me.
Oh, Nezuko. I'll always be here to help you.
Someone help me. No.
I could smell you all day.
Okay.
My sweet sister.
Leave me alone.
Smells like family.
So we're off to a pretty...
Okay, dude. That's not pornographic. That's funny. That's not pornographic, okay? The appeal to that is that it's funny. And the supposedly what's supposed to be a little girl, it's a worm, bro. This doesn't look like a... It's literally... This is not even a human being. It's... Okay, he's showing character getting raped. A lot of that is really fucked up. Well, I mean, yeah, but he's not doing it for, like, fucking... He's not doing it... Like, nobody is jacking off to Meat Canyon unless you're really fucked up, okay?
Shaky start with Meat Canyon. That's a pretty suspicious video for someone calling lolicons pedophiles.
There was no lolly in that video. The girl was a worm, bro. It was a worm.
But it gets a lot worse, a lot more blatant. This time we're going to look at a Ben 10 parody he made, of course, featuring underage characters like Gwen.
Your bones are weak, Ben. You're only a 10-year-old boy, you know that? You're just a little boy!
Yeah, well, I got a dick on me like a 40-year-old. Is that right, Gwen?
That's right, Ben. Oh, God, I knew you two were fucking... just grab his legs and let's get him into the van!
It's hero time, goddammit!
In case you're trying to keep score...
It's literally a joke, bro. There's like, okay, whatever.
That is now
It's just two kids making like I guess kids making a sexual joke. Okay.
2 videos where he has featured incest relationships between underage characters. But here's the thing. One of the big justifications that he attacks, he claims that lolicons use this defense of, oh, well, they're 9,000 years old. If you're trying to make the same argument to defend Meat Canyon in this situation for his animations, trying to say they're aged up or they're actually older than they look, well, he kind of ruined that own defense for himself, as you can see right here.
The defense. People that like this kind of stuff are on the defense all the time. And what's interesting from even the consumers and the creators is that people justify this because you're like, oh, it looks like you're sexualizing a child.
It's just the intent here is so different, and there's nothing even remotely like suspicious going on. Okay, and one they just referenced like the 2 kid characters like fucking at some point, like that's obviously a joke. Okay, and the other one like. Again, it didn't even look like a girl. It was a worm. Yeah, joking about stuff. It's called a fucking comedy. Exactly. It's not that deep, bro.
But they're like,
if you're jerking off to Meat Canyon, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like,
dude, she's a 7,000-year-old dragon wizard, okay? She's older than you and I. She's older than every person ever in your family combined, okay? I mean, she has more insight and maturity than anyone. And that's like one of the big defenses, right? People and the creators being able to get around with little loopholes like that makes it feel like it justifies this very creepy act, which I don't know if it does. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it doesn't.
Yeah, well, I got a dick on me like a 40-year-old. Is that right, Gwen?
That's right, Ben.
So throughout his video, he time and time again says that if these characters look young, if you sexualize them in anime, you are a pedophile.
True.
And yet we've seen his Ben 10 clip, his Demon Slayer clip. Now,
bro, if an offhanded comment about Ben 10 having a huge dick is like sexualizing a character, super like that, they're not even. It's literally a joke, bro. It's okay, whatever.
Let's check out this clip right here, featuring the Magic School Bus. Now, I don't really know what you guys think when you think about the Magic School Bus, but these are clearly students who are supposed to be young with their teacher. And in this animation, these students crawl up inside her.
Miss Frizzle, I don't want to learn about that stuff. I want to learn about wet-ass pussy. Wop, wop, wop.
Wop. We want wop. We want wop. You children want to disobey my curriculum and learn about old Miss Frizzle's sandbox, huh?
Yeah!
All right, children, fine. You've twisted my arm. Hop in the bus and let's get to learning.
Okay. To be fair, this is a pretty fucking weird, okay?
Whoa. This place is cold and stinky.
There's such a wide spectrum of anime, and
I mean, like, again, that's real, like, you know, that's probably the worst clip I've seen. But again, like, the intent is so obviously different. Like, it's supposed to be, like, that's a joke, right? It's supposed to make you uncomfortable. But it is still really weird. I'll give him that. I'll give Rev Says Desu 1 point, okay? He has 1 point in my favor.
The style of anime known as lolly. First of all, lolly means a young or young-looking girl character in Japanese anime or manga. So the term lolly just means it's like a young-looking girl. That's where that comes from. But lolicon focuses on young female characters in suggestive and erotic content. The male equivalent of this is called shotacon. It's basically... I mean, it's just pedophilic anime.
You children want to disobey my curriculum and learn about old Miss Frizzle's sandbox, huh?
Okay.
So based on those animations we just watched, I would love to see someone like Meat Canyon or one of his defenders try to explain how what he's doing to those characters is somehow different than the anime fans
because it's
he's
a
labeling
fucking
pedophiles.
It's a joke, bro. I don't know what to tell you. He's doing it for an explicit comedic purpose, okay? Like, I don't know what to tell you. If you're jerking off to that, then you're fucking weird, okay? He didn't show anything, like, even super explicit, okay? He just showed, he was like, all right. They drove the school bus into, like, her private area, you know? Like,
because of the way those fictional characters are sexualized. I would love to see him try to explain how those things are somehow different.
They're not even that sexualized, bro. Whatever.
He would go throughout the video and he would end it with a little mic drop, his bottom line on this entire subject.
Which here's the bottom line of this weird, depraved internet culture thing that we're talking about. Lolicons. To me, it's as simple as this. If it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, and walks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. I don't think that you can take your brain and really substitute these things. There's no way to fucking take a limitless pill and be able to categorize all of the nuances of psychology that your brain is playing Jenga continuously to cater to your perverted fetishes.
Well, here's the bottom line. Meat Canyon is facing some serious trouble, not just for the hypocrisy involving the previous animations we looked at, but a lot of people have been dredging up some of his older animations, including this one featuring Tom Brady and his son. Now, this is the animation from about 3 years ago.
Isn't that true, though, that he like kissed his son on the lips?
So for context, back then, ex-NFL player Tom Brady, apparently there was something out in the media where he kissed his son on the lips, and people thought that was weird. But Meat Canyon went a step further and made a full 2-minute animation of Tom Brady kissing his own son, who at the time of this video, this animation, was 12 to 13 years old. Now, this is where things get a little tricky because in this animation, they are making out, they fall down, figures like this are licking their lips. You can see it's very sexual based on the fact this video is age restricted for the sexual content. And as many anymore, Shadman territory. And I don't feel comfortable even showing this clip. I don't know how.
Oh my god, you're so fucking lame. You're so fucking lame. You're not going to show the clip? Tom Brady, Meat Canyon. Okay, let's get into it. Does he not have the original video up anymore? Lame.
Tom! What are you going to do now with yet another Super Bowl win under your...
You know I won this game for you, right?
I know, Daddy. I know.
I gave 110% out there. That extra 10%.
You are the greatest quarterback that ever lived, Daddy. I love you, Daddy.
Okay. What the
Don't fucking touch me! How many more rings do I have to wear for you to understand? Fuck!
I want to get out of here.
You want to get out of here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get out of here. All right, bye, everyone. See you at the next Super Bowl.
So, I mean, like, yeah, that's kind of weird, but, like, again, it's really, like, it's really just not comparable, okay? This is not Shadman territory, okay? It's just like it's supposed to be uncomfortable. It's for comedy, all right? It's weird, okay?
How it's on YouTube, to be honest with you, and I don't know how Meat Canyon hasn't been called out for this endlessly. I can't believe this is sitting here because he is using a real specific child who was 12 to 13 at the time and making sexual animations using them as a reference. That is a new territory. Like I said, that's the Shadman territory. And if you look at the definition of child porn, there is an actual reference to what Meat Canyon did. Visual depictions have been created, adapted, or modified to appear that an identifiable minor is engaging in sexually explicit conduct. That includes, by many people's definition, would include what he just did by using a specific child in his sexual animation. That is way, way more serious.
I mean, he didn't even show them kissing on the lips. I don't know, dude. It's just like, I understand the implication is definitely there, and it's really fucking weird. But it's like, Lolicon is obviously infinitely fucking worse than whatever this is, okay?
Understand? God!
Then the hypocrisy surrounding...
How does this defend you? Like, exactly, how does you liking Lolly, how does this fix it, okay?
His other animations where he was sexualizing underage characters. This time, we have a specific real-life child being featured and used as a reference in this animation. That is a different territory, and a lot of people are comparing this to Shadman. He was run off of the internet really for two reasons, some legal reasons, but also he was morally run off the internet because he made sexualized artwork that was using Keemstar's underage daughter as a reference.
Obviously fucking gross. It's really hard to compare what Shadman did to what Meat Canyon did because Shadman literally drew like Keemstar's daughter like getting fucked, right? Like it was fucking horrendously disgusting, and like comparing that to this is like it's I can understand it, but it's also like there's multiple degrees of separation between the two, right? Not saying that what Meat Canyon did is okay, but you know.
Explain to me how that's different than what Meat Canyon was doing with Tom Brady's son. Explain to me how those things are different. This should be called out. This is the guy lecturing you and morally grandstanding about anime, but he's doing this, and we're supposed to sit here and just accept it and give him a pass.
Exactly. It's almost made for people to laugh at. I mean, I'll give him that. It's still really fucking weird, and he probably shouldn't upload that video. And it's probably good that it's deleted at this point. But, you know.
He's the wholesome Chungus animator that everyone loves. ... It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
And moving forward, there was just so much projection in this video. I'm going to get into this part right here where he talks about Dragon Maid.
Which the creators of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, I love saying that, the creator of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid have never specified her age. But because she can transform into a big dragon, people just speculate that she's 7,000 years old. Even though that's just made up for their own kind of, you know, desires to justify what they're doing. But she looks like an 8 or 9-year-old child. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid team, just come out and say something. Or, better yet, let's just not make it. Can I get an amen for that?
Amen.
Amen.
Amen, brother. Amen.
First of all, let me just mention that this was the fumble of the century. So he's going into an anti-Lolicon rant, right? And he brings up Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and he doesn't reference characters like Kana. He goes for Ilalu. And then the projection is off the charts. This guy looks at this...
This guy is such a fucking degenerate. He memorized every single character in this anime. He knows all the best child porn. He's like, oh, no. You referenced the wrong kitty, okay? This one doesn't even look that much like a child. There's other children that look way more like children, okay? You fumbled this. He fucking knows.
Large-breasted dragon character.
I trust this guy. He's the CP expert.
And immediately thinks of children. Again, projection. We've seen this happen.
Projection. It's just, I think his point is that it acted like a kid and it just has like big boobs, right?
A million times on places like Twitter. It's a very weird dynamic that these people have where they look at characters like this and immediately think of children. But I also noticed that Meat Canyon has an animation featuring Charlie. Now, I thought this would be a good example to give someone's pretty educated and fair take on the subject of lolicon and sexualized characters in anime in general.
And for some fucking reason, Twitter being the cesspool that it is somehow brings anime into this, talking about, well, why is cutie such a big deal when anime has kids being sexualized? Well, first of all, anime is fake. Those like children...
So, obviously, I disagree with Charlie's saying here, but like, it's such a non-point, or it's like, oh, well, Meat Canyon and Charlie have talked before, and Charlie disagrees with him here. Why does that matter, you fucking freak?
Lolly things, those fucking 900-year-old vampires that look like they're 4 years old, the little cum demons that have existed for 2 millennia, but they look like a 6-year-old, those aren't real people. They are animated fake things. These are actual 11 and 12-year-old girls.
So yeah, Charlie's being cringe here. I'm not gonna lie.
That are really subjected to this hypersexualization in this movie that the director has forced upon them. That's very different. This is real world versus totally fucking
made up. This is not even made up for Charlie to dress. I mean, like, to be fair, he has quite a few subscribers. But then again, this guy is the bottom of the barrel fucking bootlicking freak, okay? I don't think anybody should give this guy any attention ever. He's lucky with my characters. He's lucky I'm gracing with my presence, okay?
So overall, this is a very disappointing situation where Meat Canyon has lost a lot of respect from people, and really, it's
lost
deserved,
a lot of respect from pedophiles, okay?
Understand what compelled him to make this video.
Hey, did this fucking freak call Meat Canyon up for not calling out what is it, Bosch earlier? You freak! Why'd you call out Meat Canyon when he posted his Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl video 3 years ago? Right? Why didn't you call him out when he did that? Oh wait, so yeah, it's just
absolutely reeking of hypocrisy group of statements about anime and
again, imagine addressing someone of uploading child porn. Like, that's what he did in this video. He accused Meat Canyon of uploading child porn, and his biggest gripe is that he's a hypocrite. You're cooked. You're cooked, Rev. You're cooked.
Cons, and it's really backfiring horribly, and really the controversy coming out of this, I feel like it's only just beginning for him. It's probably going to get a lot worse as people start diving into his content. And for all of the people that he's trying to impress with this video, please go ahead and show him his other animations featuring underage characters or featuring Tom Brady's son and all of these things. Because it is absolutely ridiculous that this guy has the nerve to lecture people and brandish them pedophiles over stuff happening in anime. Meanwhile, he's doing all of this on his own volition. It's crazy.
You are a pedophile if you jerk off to lolly. Just saying.
That's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's.
It's crazy that people go on people shitting on kiwi farms and these people exist.
Topics in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys next time.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it's just fucking gross, man. Like, I can't. Like, there's nothing to say. It's fucking gross, degenerate, disgusting. Rev says Desu is a gross, degenerate, disgusting person. Meat Canyon, also kind of disgusting for uploading this video. But, I mean, honestly, there's more evidence that Rev says Desu is a pedophile than there is for Meat Canyon. So, there we go. Search the hard drive. Yes, check the hard drive right now, okay? Can we get a smell check? Can we get a hard drive check and a smell check? I can't imagine he smells good. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.